Welcome to the another episode of r/relationship. Story is posted by lab groundbreaking 639. My boyfriend doesn't want to travel with my family. I'm a girl age of 30 years, and my boyfriend age of 32 years, doesn't want to travel with my family. Long story short, my BF works as a contractor, so unlike me, he doesn't get paid time off work. It is September now, and my mother presented an idea to pay for my brother and his girlfriend and my BF and I to go on a family trip for a week to Mexico in the new year. My mom wanted to offer this as a Christmas present to us all. She is doing well financially and is the type who just wants to give to other people. I asked my BF once I got home if he was interested in this, and I got an instant no. He said his reasoning is that he already takes a week off at Christmas time, unpaid, and can't take another week off in the new year in January. I told my mom this, and she said we could do the trip later into the year at a time that worked best for him as she was flexible. I told him this, and he still said no. I know being an independent employee it is hard with no vacation pay. We live together, and I asked if perhaps I could pay our rent and get the groceries on the month that we go on the trip. I make pretty good money, and it wouldn't be a stress on me to do that, so he could come. He still said no, and got defensive, and said he can't afford to do it. He said he didn't feel comfortable with me paying for his stuff, rent and half of the groceries, and got super defensive. I asked if there was any way he could save up for the trip, since it could be quite a few months in advance, and he said no, because his summer was the low season with his work, and he is playing catch up now. Anyway, I got to a point where I had offered solutions, but I didn't want to push forward more because I didn't want to come off as pressuring him into doing something he didn't want to do. But I'm really disappointed he isn't willing to make it work. He's done a small weekend getaway with my family once before, so I don't think he has a problem with them, but I can't help but to think he doesn't want to go. It's also a totally free vacation, and I don't see why we wouldn't want to go as it's such a generous opportunity. Anyway, I told my mother that it was a hard no for absolutely any time we could go. He just won't come, and she was really offended and hurt. She offered to change it to any date, and even offered to pay for our groceries or help us with rent if it helped us go. I told him that I'm definitely going to come, but that I can't get him to budge. She accepted it, but I can tell she is thrown off by his instant no for a gift she wanted to give him. My question is, has anyone else gone through this? A part of me also suspects that because he hasn't done a lot of traveling before, traveling might make him anxious, and that there's more to it than this. But I'm disappointed, cause I've always thought having a partner to travel with family would be nice. I also am worried it's come across as rude to my mother and I feel bad, and like the middle person. I don't want to talk to him about it further because I could tell my persistence was already coming off as being pushy, and I don't want to start tension over this. My mom feels it is odd and rude that he is unwilling to do it at any point during 2024. My BF is polite to my family and does see them when he needs to. There isn't like a big tension with them, and he's a good partner. I'm just frustrated because one of our biggest struggles is that I love to travel and we can never afford to. So I was excited because I saw this trip as a chance for us to travel without the burden of the cost of it. TLDR, BF won't accept my mom's gift of a free vacation. Second story is posted by Orange Slices 991. My relationships keep ending because of a health issue I have. How do I properly warn my partner so they won't eventually leave me? TLDR, I'm a boy age of 26 years, and I have a health issue that cripples me for a couple of days at a time, and my partners leave me because of it despite me explaining it before we get together. How do I make it more clear to them before we start dating? Long story short, I have stomach issues and gastritis. Basically during a bad flare-up I will be very nauseous for a couple of days, weeks at a time, and it makes it hard for me to do anything. Before I get into a relationship with anyone I always warn them about this, and I say something along the lines of there will be times when I'm unavailable to do anything, or we might have to cancel plans because of how I feel, but I'll try my best to push through it and do things, and I'm always available to hang out at my place if you would rather do that instead. Despite doing this, my last 4 relationships since I've been diagnosed have ended because the girl has realized that they don't want to be held back by me and would rather have someone that's normal. And even in my last relationship that just ended, she cheated on me and was using dating apps looking for an upgrade because she realized she couldn't live an active life with you if you're going to have these issues. My question is, how do I make it crystal clear to these people about what they're getting into? It's so lame to be putting myself out there and communicating the best I can and still being shot in the foot about something I can't control, and nobody seems to be patient or caring enough to stick it out with me. My situation has gotten 10 times better than when it first started, so eventually I think it will be a non-issue, but I don't want to not put myself out there while I'm still struggling with it. Third story is posted by 1embarrassed2801. What should I do with my boyfriend who keeps bringing up cosmetic procedure I should get done? My boyfriend age of 32 years, and I'm a girl, age of 25 years. I have been together for 4 years now, and I get frustrated about things he says to me. He's been very casually talking about my appearance and telling me aspects I should fix, including things like my weight and my face. I get fed up with him and show my annoyance, and he gets upset that I get upset. For some background, my BF and I are both Korean, but he's a born and raised Korean, while I grew up in the US and only came back here as an adult, so there's definitely a cultural difference. He has been pretty insecure about his own appearance for a while now. He wants to bulk up like those gym brothers on Instagram and constantly asks what I think about his body and if there's any difference. I see him regularly, about once a week, and I tell him I can't tell any difference, but he still asks pretty much every time I see him. I also don't make any comments about his appearance unless it's to say he has hard muscles or has a cute little belly. I'm pretty body neutral about myself, but I'm still pretty confident about my appearance. He's been casually fat shaming me for about 2 years now as I've gained about 10 pounds since we first started dating, and keeps making comments about how I should work harder to lose weight. I do want to slim down, so I've started going back to the gym, but I also have PCOS, which makes it harder for me to lose weight, which he is now aware of yet still makes comments. He's also said how I should get a nose job because I have a beak-like nose, meaning I have a slight bump on my nose. I have no idea what he's talking about BTW, since I don't see it. And he's even been half jokingly telling me to stop smiling because I have deepening smile lines. Yesterday he kept saying I should get a procedure that would melt the fat on my chin so that I would have a slimmer face. I don't care what people do regarding cosmetic procedures. I've gotten some things done and want to do some things, and my BF has also gotten a few things done, and I don't shame him or tell him not to do it. However, he actively tells me things I should change, and it annoys me. We had an argument about this about a month ago, and I told him he has to stop criticizing, and he said he would, but it's the same thing again. I wanted to break up with him back then because it seemed like he didn't know that the things he was saying were gucked up, and he really just wanted to help. He said he would stop, but it's the same thing again, and now I really think I should end it. But considering his age and how long we've been together, even agreeing on getting married, I'm very afraid of breaking up. TLDR, my boyfriend makes comments about how I should change my appearance, including suggesting I get cosmetic surgery done. I'm strongly considering breaking up, but because we've been together for 4 years and have plans of marriage, I'm afraid of being single. What should I do? Fourth story is posted by 95 Sorghum My Bears. I'm starting to resent my boyfriend because of chores. My boyfriend, age of 25 years, and I'm a girl, age of 22 years. I have been together for about 1.5 years. We've lived together for around 5 months now and have gotten along really well, except when it comes to chores. My boyfriend makes significantly more money than I do, and I currently pay around $500 less for rent than he does. I also WFH, whereas he works in the construction management industry. I'm seeking advice as to how much I should reasonably expect him to contribute to household chores if he pays more than me and works a, sometimes, physical demanding job with longer hours, as well as how I can talk to him about some of his habits. I'm not expecting us to go 50-50 on chores, but I feel a building resentment because I feel like I'm currently in charge of everything that has to do with our apartment. For example, I pay all of our utilities and rent, then just request him to sell me the money. I'm constantly asking him to do chores, which he does do when I ask, but I still do the bulk of them. I'll clean most of the apartment then leave him with sweeping and mopping the floors. He's also chronically messy. Like if the shampoo bottles are empty, he'll just leave them in the shower. If the toilet paper roll runs out, he'll grab a new roll and not put it on the holder. I remind him to bring in his Tupperware from the car because he often forgets to do so, and it ends up getting moldy. Since we've moved in, I can see he's made a huge effort in upping his cleaning game. But I don't want to be constantly nagging him about this stuff. I also understand that he's tired when he comes back from a long day of work, and I don't want to add stress on top of that. I get the feeling when I talk to him, he thinks I'm asking a bit too much from him, and that I should be taking more of the chore load since I pay less in WFH. TLDR, I'm starting to feel resentful towards my boyfriend for our split of household chores. How much can I expect my partner to contribute when I pay less in WFH? How can I talk to him about his habits without him feeling like I'm nagging him? Fifth story is posted by the real nobody. My boyfriend, age of 27 years, cancelled our anniversary plans and then went to a DJ set. I'm currently working out of the country, but I flew back to spend my anniversary with my boyfriend. I got him a present and a card, chose the restaurant that we both agreed on, and was excited to spend some quality time together. When I arrived, he told me he was drained from this week as he had been really busy at work and had attended a funeral. He asked if we could celebrate another night. I was very understanding and would have been fine with that, but then he said he wanted to go see his friend's DJ set. I didn't really get how you wouldn't be up for having a meal with your partner, but you would be okay with going to a bar to see a DJ set. It felt kinda selfish to me, and I was quite upset. He was quite defensive and said I wasn't seeing his side. He also kept saying that we will have a date night another night, but he hasn't made any plans. I told him I didn't want to go see his friends because I didn't feel like it. So he went to the DJ set by himself, and I went to go see a movie. It wasn't a great anniversary. He says he's been a bit depressed lately and that he feels guilty for not getting me a present, but I can't tell if he's just making excuses. Now I don't know if I should ask if we are actually gonna have a date night for our anniversary. Should I? TLDR, BF cancelled our anniversary dinner and then went to see DJ set. He said we would do a date night the next day, but so far no plans have been made. Should I ask? Or just admit defeat? Thank you.